Good morning. Today's session is on retail security. We know that retailing is a booming industry when it comes to abroad or India. And many people are aspiring, when we look at the students, many are aspiring for job opportunities in retailing sector. So in the previous sessions, we discussed about various aspects of retailing, fundamentals, and the kind of stores we have, and various issues faced by retail, the contribution of retailing towards the GDP of India. Too many things we discussed on the previous sessions, and today's session is exclusively on retail security. Retail security involves, or it includes, what are the various issues which retail industries face in India. So there are too many crimes attached with the retailing industry or retail sector. Few things which I have to discuss in this session is like shoplifting, burglary, vandalism, bad checks, fraudulent credit cards, employee theft, and robbery. First, we will discuss about shoplifting. What is meant by shoplifting? Or who will get involved in shoplifting? These are the two things which we will discuss first. Shoplifting is defined as the theft of retail merchandise by a person lawfully on the premises of the retail shop or retail outlet. It means that somebody who comes for the purpose of purchasing, or people who are already employed with the retail sector still tries to take something and leave the premises. Such things will come under retail shoplifting. So I want to discuss who are the people who come under or who get involved with this retail shoplifting. One is students. Students, mostly their motive will not be to take something off, or they'll not have that intention to actually take something off, but out of curiosity or the age related factors or the excitement related to stealing something, or by the pressure of friends or the influence of friends, or just to portray themselves as a hero, they try to steal something. So that is a category of students. The second one is housewives. Few people have that instinct of stealing things. It is not because they are in need of something. It is not because they are in poverty. Such things will not come into picture. Still, few people have that basic instinct of stealing things from somebody or shop or whatever it is. So housewives are also involved in this. Then next is vagrants. These are people who wander. People who fall in the category of beggars, or people who are like benjares, or whoever wandered from here and there, those who don't have a fixed place or fixed setup of living. Those people, they'll come, they'll pick whatever they get in hand and they'll leave. And fourth category is alcoholics. So most of the time what happens is alcoholics will not be in their pure senses. So they, out of their ignorance or out of their unconsciousness or out of being out of senses, they'll try to take things and leave. And alcoholics, and next category is drug addicts. These two go hand in hand, because most of the time these people will be out of their conscious mind, and knowingly or unknowingly they'll be picking something. And the last one is, like I discussed already, the kleptomatics. These people who have that recurrent urge to steal something. The issue with this kleptomatics is it is very difficult to identify such people. So that is kleptomatics. And there is another category who are the professionals. These are professional robbers or whoever. They take things or they steal things for the purpose of reselling it. So they are professionals. And how this shoplifting happens? There are certain methods which people adopt, whoever are involved in this. There are methodologies which they adopt for shoplifting. One is palming object, and second one is dropping articles into receptacles and placing items inside their clothing, or wearing items out of the store and switching price tag. So these are the various strategies which are adopted by people who are involved in shoplifting. So the second one is, the second most important category is burglary. Burglary means where you are not supposed to get into, or you are not supposed to be an invader there, or you are not supposed to get into that premises, where people get into such premises and they steal things. That is called as burglary. And the third one is vandalism. Vandalism is like because we are angry on somebody, or because you have a mindset like that, or simply for the sake of showing off, people try to destroy things. Their intentions are mostly unidentified, and because of which the retail outlets will not be able to stop them once they come for the purpose of shopping. So such things are called vandalism. They purposely, out of purpose, intentionally, they destroy things. And next is bad checks. This is a very important aspect as far as a country like India is concerned, because there are too many people who are involved in issuing bad checks. Now we have to see what exactly is a bad check. A bad check is a check which is issued by a person for an account which doesn't exist. He might have had that account already, but he might have closed that account and that account doesn't exist. So when a person issues a check for an account which doesn't exist, we call it as a bad check. Or when a person issues a check and there is no sufficient balance in their account, that is also called as a bad check. So the retailer should be very, very careful when they accept checks, because cheating by means of issuing bad checks is very crucial and very critical these days. And third one is fraudulent credit cards. Fraudulent credit cards includes credit cards stolen by shoppers from somebody, or they might have got it like misplaced. Somebody might have misplaced and these people would have taken it, and they'll use such things for shopping purpose. So it is always good to avoid transactions using credit cards, fraudulent credit cards. So what the shopkeepers or what the retailers can do is to always check the identity of the people who comes with the credit cards, and also asking them to use that type the PIN code is also a methodology by which they can avoid use of fraudulent credit cards. And the next category is employee theft. See, most of the times we know that attrition is very high in retail industry, and it is very difficult to get employees who stick with the organization for a long period of time. In such cases, what happens is, in order to go ahead with the operations or in order to manage the day-to-day activities, in most of the cases, retailers are forced to take people like whomever they get. And in most of the cases, because these people fall in this low paid category, most of the companies or most of the retail outlets will not bother to go for a background verification of the employees to find out what was their past or where all they work. The credibility is usually not checked, or the integrity of the employees is not checked. In such case, what happens? There will be few. I am not telling that all employees are like that, but there will be a group of people who will be involved in these kind of activities or who have a history of stealing things, and they are also absorbed and they will be continuing as an employee. So as and when they get a chance, they will also get involved in this theft. And the last one is robbery. This can be done by usually outsiders, like who invade into the stores. And when these are not legal people, like these are not the people who are actually allowed to get into the premises. So they invade. They are invaders and they steal things and leave the shop or retail outlet. So these are the various kinds of crimes which are involved in retail outlets. I hope you understood the session. Thank you.